At first, because we do not see the ropes and pulleys by which the fundamental powers of the cosmos turn the wheel of our own lives, we see our individual part as an entity existing by itself. Whoever remains at this standpoint sees a part of the whole as an actually independent entity, as a monad that somehow receives information about the rest of the world from outside. The monism advocated here shows how such independence will be believed in only as long as thinking does not weave what has been perceived into the network of the conceptual world. Once this happens, the existence of separate parts is unmasked as mere illusion of perceiving. Only through the experience of intuitive thinking can we find our total, self-contained existence within the universe. Thinking destroys the illusion of perceiving and integrates our individual existence into the life of the cosmos. The unity of the conceptual world, which contains objective percepts, also includes the content of our subjective personality. Thinking gives us the true form of reality, as a unity enclosed within itself, while the multiplicity of percepts is only an illusion conditioned by our organization. In every age, cognition of the real, as opposed to the illusion of perceiving, has constituted the goal of human thinking. Science has striven to recognize the percepts as reality by discovering the lawful connections among them. But wherever it has been believed that the connections transmitted by human thinking have merely subjective significance, the actual ground of unity has been sought in an object set beyond our world of experience. An inferred God, will, absolute spirit, etc. And based on this opinion, attempts were made then to achieve, in addition to knowledge of connections recognizable through experience, a second kind of knowledge, not based on experience, but on metaphysical inference. This kind of knowledge went beyond experience and revealed a connection between experience and entities that are no longer directly available to us. On this basis, then, it was believed that we can understand the coherence of the world through orderly thinking because a primal being built the world according to logical laws. The reason for our actions was also seen in the will of this being, yet it was not recognized that thinking simultaneously encompasses the subjective and the objective, and that full reality is conveyed in the union of percept with concept. Only as long as we regard the laws that permeate and determine the percepts in the form of abstract concepts are we dealing with something purely subjective. The content of a concept joined to a percept by thinking is not subjective, for the content of this concept is taken not from the subject, but from reality. It is the part of reality that perceiving cannot reach. It is experience, but not experience transmitted by perceiving. Those who cannot imagine that a concept is something real are thinking only of the abstract form in which they hold concepts in their mind. But concepts, like percepts, are present only in the separated form because of our organization. The tree we see has likewise no separate existence itself. The tree is only a part of the great system of nature. And so I'm going to stop there, and I highly recommend this book. Like I said, I haven't read it, and I feel like I'm kind of more like kind of channeling Steiner just because I resonate with the source of this information. But the the point that I want to make about this is that he has provided a rational argument for the I. Well, actually, not for the I. The N and the T, the intuitive part and the thinking part, and I believe the judging part over the perceiving part, because in the process of understanding your connection with the rest of everything else around you and the connection that your thinking process has in determining things like what is good and what is evil, you are being, in a sense, that oneness that you might otherwise perceive incorrectly. And so what I have to say about Steiner in summary is that what he's pointing out is that the process by which we hone our intuitive abilities is in itself a form of spiritual seeking that is never disconnected from the truth of oneness, but that comes to higher and higher understandings of that truth along the way. And so it would be interesting to get some conversation about this. And I don't know if anybody else has exposure to Rudolf Steiner. I have very limited exposure, but I feel like I sort of resonate with his spirit, if you will. And there's a part of this that resonates deeply with the concept that what we are physically is interdependent on the other formations outside of our physicality. In other words, what we are as a physical thing isn't separate physically on the level of physics from everything else in the universe. Rather than encouraging people to be selfless, this is pointing out the fact that there is no separation. That's part of the illusion. That separation, that perception of that separation is an illusion. And so the goal to try to seek unity with the universe is sort of pointless if you understand that you are never separate from it.